Howdy there, YouTube. Zaez Cerebrate here. I thought I'd give you guys an update on how I've been doing, and, well, how my game has been doing. No need to involve social life here. My apologies. Anyway. So far, I have dug 19 or 20 blocks down. I've honestly lost count, because Here, I'll go down there and show you guys as well. And if there is frame rate tearing, I apologize. But really, zombies? Really? Alright, we'll have to patch that in a minute. But hold on, let me head over here for you guys. No one wants to see all that. Actually, give me just 1 second. Okay, my apologies for that. I had to take care of those. But I've dug about 19 or 20 blocks down by this point. Oh, I'm just making sure there's none around me. And when they fall, they do not die yet, but they do take a lot of damage, and one punch to the face will kill them. So, for some reason, this is not killing them right away, but I believe that... Really? What the... Sorry. If it seems like I'm missing horribly, there are so many zombies on screen, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Is this actually day 17 or 18? But I found a console command that changes the time. So, for me, it's really, really glitchy and kind of slow, and everything... Like, it's broken down by the frame, almost, when you move. Which I know it's all moved in frames, but it really looks like it. It's kind of blocky sometimes. So, what I've been trying to do is, I set it back to day 1 in the morning, and I'm just going to go on a massive zombie killing spree and kill a bunch of these things eventually, and make a bunch of sledgehammers and waste a bunch of ammo. But that was because of the 18 nights that go by, and I have yet to figure out a solution for that, which I do apologize for, which I don't know if there is, besides just every 10 days or so go on a massive zombie killing spree. But I'm going to keep changing it to day 1, because until there's a way to limit the amount of zombies on screen, my rig just can't handle this. And keep in mind, my rig, it's not a bad system. I'm able to play games like Far Cry 3 with absolutely no problem, and that game has absolutely beautiful graphics. Crisis, tons of RTSs and RPGs. Like The Witcher 2, I'm able to play flawlessly. So, I believe it's just an optimization issue, as far as my knowledge of PC goes. Or Mac, for that matter. Oh, Mac's even more limited. But, I've got 8 gig of RAM and stuff like that, but I don't mean to turn this into a science lesson or anything, so my apologies. But it appears that it goes 19 or 20 blocks down, and it looks like the kill area, to be on the safe side, is going to be 25 blocks down, which increases the amount of labor that you're going to have to do. But it should make it all that much better, and you'll get a lot more resources. So honestly, the only downside is just that it's going to take longer. But there's going to be a lot of pluses associated with it. Which, as you can see with the zombies, I mean, just look how many are on screen right now. I even have my render distance set to short, so my computer isn't freaking out as much. My computer hasn't crashed on me, but as you can see, it's just a lot slower. So, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update, and also one more thing which might help you out. As you'll be mining, you'll be getting a lot of coal ore, potassium nitrate, and iron, of course, and lead. The recipe for lead hasn't been introduced yet. As in, you can mine lead. Let's see if I have some on me. Yeah, you can mine lead ore, and eventually you're going to be able to click that there, and you'll be able to get 5 lead bars or lead ingots from each unit of lead ore, so I'd be able to get 15, and from that you can make things like shotgun shells and stuff like that, explosives, which actually you can make explosives with gunpowder, which you use by combining potassium nitrate and coal dust, or coal ore, I believe. It's whatever coal ore is broken down. Like, for example, and I'm going to show something here. What I would recommend doing is letting your lead ore, your iron ore, your coal ore, and your potassium nitrate in block form all get to 64 stacks before you break them down. Because the game does limit you to 64 units in a stack for most things so far. I believe there are a couple things that only go to maybe 8 or 16. But as of right now, if you make it in a stack big enough, as you can see, this is 53 wooden planks, it'll go to 212 plywood. And that will stay as a stack of 212 plywood. The only downside is, let's say I go to make something, and imagine I'm holding 212 here, and I click, 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 click to make something, and let's say that wasn't right, well, then when I go to put these back in, I can't put them back in the stack of 212 because it's already over 64. So it's very, very useful for storage, but things that you'll use immediately, I mean, just go ahead and make. I mean, because I have one stack of 640, and that only takes up one space in a chest, as opposed to if I were to make every single stack 64, I would have 10 spaces taken up, just like that. So it's a lot easier to just wait until you have 64, because you won't be really using it anyway. And you can use one or two, but it's much easier on your inventory space and your storage space to wait till it hits 64. Also, on that note, as soon as you start to get iron ore, do the same thing, let it stack up to 64. But do not use your scrap metal anymore, because scrap metal eventually becomes even more scarce than iron ore or iron ingots. Because, to my knowledge, you can't break anything down to get iron ore, but you can break you can mine. Pardon me. You cannot turn anything into scrap metal, but you can change things into iron ore. I mean, you can keep mining iron ore. I mean, if you look around, I've only mined this small portion of the earth in a map this big. Trust me, there's more iron ore. There's more iron ingots, so that's not going to be a real worry for us. But scrap metal is quickly going to become a scarcity. I've only got maybe 100 units of scrap metal just to prove this point, and I believe I've gotten... I have 60 iron ore, so I can make 300 iron ingots. So there's no point in using scrap metal to make iron ingots after a point. And also, I won't climb over because I have to get dirt and do all that. But I actually have the entire bottom floor of my house covered in stone. That way, if the zombies do manage to get over, they can't bring my supports down as I did in that. All I did with this house is chop that wall down, and the whole building came tumbling down, except for, I think there's one wall over here. Yeah, this wall right here. But all I did was chop it around, and the building fell. So the entire bottom floor of my house is complete stone. That way it doesn't come tumbling down. And I have a ladder set up to the second floor, which is where I can go, and on the first floor I'm just going to have my ladder leading down. So, I just wanted to give you guys a progress update. Hopefully this helps you in your own game. Good luck to you. Wish you well. See you in the next video.